Hi dear friends, how are you all? Welcome to our YouTube channel HR Tutorials India. In this video, we'll be discussing about one of the important statutory complaints, that is Shops and Commercial Establishment Act. What is Shops and Establishment Act? Before getting into the video, let us understand what exactly Shops and Establishment Act is. Shops and Establishment Act is a law enacted by various states in India to regulate working conditions in shops, commercial establishments, hotels, restaurants, theaters, and other businesses. This act ensures that employers follow the rules regarding employment conditions, payment of wages, working hours, and most importantly, the rights of employees. The goal of this act is to bring fairness and order to informal sector, making sure workers are treated with respect, receive their wages on time, and have safe working conditions. It also benefits employers by giving them a clear framework to follow, ensuring they comply with legal requirements. Objectives of Shops and Establishment Act. Now let us see what are the objectives of this act. Regulate employment conditions. The first objective of Shops and Establishment Act is to regulate employment conditions. This act ensures that workers employed in shops, commercial establishments, and other related workplaces are provided with fair working conditions. This includes defining specific hours of work to prevent overwork, setting rules for leave entitlements, including week offs, holidays, and sick leaves, ensuring that employees receive wages in a timely manner and are compensated fairly for the work they do. This regulation is essential to maintaining a healthy work-life balance for employees and ensuring they aren't exploited in terms of works or wages. Protect employment rights. The second key objective of this act is to protection of employee rights. Under this act, several provisions safeguard workers by ensuring employees are treated fairly and with respect to their workplaces. They have access to rights provided under the law, such as payment of wages on time, fair working hours, and safe working environment. No employer can unfairly dismiss or harass any employee without following the legal processes. The Shops and Establishment Act ensures that employees can work in a dignified manner, promoting fairness in employment. Promote economic growth. The third objective of this act is to promote economic growth. By regulating employment practices across the sector, the act fosters an recognized and productive workforce. This has a direct impact on increasing the productivity within establishments as workers operate under fair and responsible conditions, creating a structured working environment that leads to better work satisfaction, ultimately contributing the growth of the business, ensuring that a more robust complement employment structure contributes to overall economy. By protecting both employees and employers, the act helps in building a balanced ecosystem that drives economic progress. Key definitions of Shops and Establishment Act. Now let us see what are the definitions in Shops and Establishment Act. Shop. Under Shops and Establishment Act, the shop is defined as any premises where goods are sold, whether wholesale or retail. This could include everything from small local stores to large retail chains. The definition of shop is essential to understand the scope of this act, as it applies to places where business transactions takes place and regardless of the size or scale of the business. Establishment. An establishment is a broader term that includes commercial, industrial, or any other premises where business is carried out. This covers a wide range of businesses and industries, including offices, factories, and service centers. Act ensures that both shops and other commercial or industrial establishments are subject to regulations, ensuring fair employment conditions across various sectors. Employee. The term employee refers to any person employed in a shop or establishment for wages. This includes individuals working in various capacities, from sales personnel in retail outlets to workers in office or factory. The Act ensures that employees are provided with rights related to working hours, wages, and overall working condition. Employer. An employer is any person who employs individuals in a shop or establishment. This includes business owners, managers, or any person in charge of hiring the staff. The Act places specific responsibilities on the employer to ensure that the employees are treated fairly, wages are paid on time, and working conditions comply with the law. Applicability of Shops and Establishment Act. Shops and Establishment Act applies to a wide range of business and commercial activities, ensuring their fair employment practices across various sectors. The Act applies to all shops and establishments. The Act is applicable to all shops and establishments within the geographical boundaries of the state. This includes any retail, wholesale store, offices, warehouses, restaurants, and even small-scale businesses that operate within the state's jurisdiction. Established within minimum number of employees. The Act is also applicable to establishments that employ a specific minimum number of employees. The number often varies from state to state, typically range from 10 to 20 employees. If an establishment meets the employee threshold, it must comply with the rules and regulations outlined in this Act. Exemptions. Now let us see what are the exemptions of this act are. Certain establishments may be exempt from the provisions of this act depending upon the nature of their businesses. For example, Factories Act coverage. Establishments that fall under the purview of the Factories Act are generally exempt from the Shops and Establishment Act as they are already regulated by separate legislation that governs factory conditions. Government run establishments. Some establishments operated by the government may also be exempt from this act as they are covered under different regulatory frameworks. Benefits of Shops and Establishment Act. Now let us see what are the benefits of Shops and Establishment Act are for both employers and employees. For employers, now let us understand the benefits of Shops and Establishment for in respective for employers. Later we will see for employees. Clear framework. The Act offers a structured legal framework that guides employers regarding employee rights and responsibilities. This ensures that employers comply with labor laws and avoid accidental breaches of the law. Enhanced employee satisfaction. When employers adhere to the Act, employees feel more satisfied with the jobs, leading to increased job retention, in reduced turnover, and higher morale. Reduced litigation risk. Compliance with the Act helps employers mitigate the risk of legal disputes related to unfair treatment of employees or labor law violations, thereby reducing litigation costs. Reputation and goodwill. Employers who operate in compliance with the law build a strong reputation not just among their employees but also in the broader industry, enhancing their goodwill and attracting top talent. Structured leave policies. By providing clear guidelines on leave entitlements, the Act allows employers to implement structured leave policies. This makes workforce management and planning much smoother. Workplace productivity. A well-regulated work environment boosts employee satisfaction, which in turn leads to higher level of productivity. When employees are treated fairly, they are more engaged in their work, benefiting the employer. For employees, now let us see what are the benefits of Shops and Establishment for employees. Work hours regulation. The Act strictly regulates working hours, ensuring the employees are work within time and not overloaded with the work. By limiting the maximum hours, it promotes a better work-life balance, allowing employees to stay productive without burning out. Week off. Every employee is entitled to a mandatory week off. This provision ensures employees receive regular rest and leisure time, promoting physical and mental well-being. Leave entitlements. Employees have access to various types of leave such as casual leave, sick leave, and annual leave. This ensures that they can take off for personal reasons or health-related issues without fearing jobless. Payment of wages. The Act guarantees timely payment of wages, safeguarding employees from any unauthorized or unadjusted deductions, thereby ensuring financial security. Health and safety regulations. Provisions within the Act ensure that the workplaces maintain proper health and safety standards, leading to a safer working environment. This ensures that employee well-being and reduces the risk of workplace accidents. Job security. The Act provides protection against arbitrary dismissal, giving employees job security and stability, which is crucial for maintaining long-term employment and career progression. So friends, these are the benefits of Shops and Establishment. Rules of payment under Shops and Establishment Act. The Act outlines several important rules regarding the payment of wages, ensure fairness, transparency, and timely compensation for employees. Here are the key rules every employer and employee should be aware of. Wage structure. Under this Act, employers are mandated to follow state-specific wages regulations. Employers must ensure that every employee receives at least the minimum wage as stipulated by the respective states' regulations. This protects workers from exploitation and guarantees that they are compensated fairly for their labor. Timely payment. One of the crucial aspects of the Act is that salaries must be paid on time. Employers are required to disperse salaries within the first week of the following month. This rule ensures that employees can rely on the steady income stream, avoiding any undue financial stress due to delayed payments. Bonus and other benefits. In addition to wages, the Act also ensures that the employees are eligible for bonuses and other applicable benefits. The provision of bonuses, however, is governed by specific state rules, and employers must comply with these regulations to provide the necessary additional benefits to employees, ensuring a fair compensation package. Deductions under Shops and Establishment Act. Under the provisions of Shops and Establishment Act, employers are allowed to make certain deductions from the employees' wages. However, these deductions must be authorized and regularized to ensure fairness and transparency. Let's go over the types of permissible deductions and the limits imposed by this Act. Authorized deductions. Contribution to provident funds. Employers can deduct contribution made towards employee provident funds, ensuring financial security to employees in the long term. Deductions for income tax. Employers are also authorized to deduct income tax from the employee's wages as mandated by Income Tax Act. This deduction is based on the employee's earnings and the applicability of the tax bracket. Other authorized deductions. The Act also allows for additional deductions that may be authorized by law or agreed upon by the employee. This could include things like insurance premiums, loans, or deductions for any service provided by the employer, provided there's mutual agreement or legal black. Limits on deductions. This Act places restrictions to the total amount of deduction that can be made from the employee's wages. These deductions should not exceed a specific percentage of the employee's total earnings, ensuring that the employees retain a reasonable portion of their wages after deductions. This limit is set to protect workers from wages reductions. Fines and penalties under Shops and Establishment Act. Non-compliance with the provisions of Shops and Establishment Act can have serious consequences for employers. Let's discuss the penalties and potential repercussions for employers who fail to adhere to the Act. Penalties for employers. Employers who do not comply with the Act guidelines can face significant penalties. These penalties are designed to ensure that business follow the rules laid out to protect workers' rights and promote a fair working environment. Fines. Failure to comply with provisions of the Act may result in financial penalties. The fines can range from 5,000 to 50,000 depending upon the severity of the violation. Repeated offences or deliberate non-compliance can lead to even higher penalties. Imprisonment for repeated offences. In case of continued or willful violations, employers may face imprisonment. This shows how seriously the Act takes the protection of employee rights and employee responsibilities. Repeated offences can result in imprisonment, serving a significant deterrent against repeated violations. Compensation for employees. Employees who have been wronged due to non-payment of wages or wrongful deductions have the right to seek compensation. If an employer fails to make proper wages payments or makes unauthorized deductions from the salaries, employees can file a complaint again under this Act. Through the legal framework, employees can not only recover the unpaid amounts but may also be entitled to additional compensation for the inconvenience and hardship caused by the employer's actions. Mode of payment under Shops and Establishment Act. Ensuring that employees are paid correctly on time is a crucial part of employees' obligations under the Shops and Establishment Act. Let's discuss the applicable methods of payment and documentation requirements for employers. Payment methods. The Act allows for flexibility in how salaries are paid to employees, providing different options to cater to both employers and employees' preferences. Cash. Employers can opt to pay salaries or wages in cash, especially in areas where access of banking facilities might be limited. However, even in such cases, employer must keep proper records of cash transactions. Bank transfer. Payment through direct bank transfer is one of the most common and secure methods. This ensures that the payments are documented and easy to trace. Check. Employers can also pay employees by check, which provides a tangible proof of payment. This is particularly useful for businesses looking to keep clear records of salary disbursement. Record keeping. Regardless of payment methods, employers are required to maintain records of all payments made to employees. These records should be detailed: the date of payment, the amount paid, any additional deductions made. This document helps in verifying that the payments are made in accordance with the law and acts as evidence of compliance in case of audits or disputes. Prohibition of unauthorized deductions under Shops and Establishment Act. Understanding wage deduction is vital for both employers and employees. The Shops and Establishment Act especially addresses unauthorized deductions to protect employees' rights. Let's understand the prohibition of unauthorized deductions. Unauthorized deductions. The Act strictly prohibits employers from making any unauthorized deductions from the employee's wages without their consent. This includes without consent. Employers cannot deduct wages for any reason unless the employee has agreed to it. This means that any deduction made without prior approval or agreement is considered unauthorized. Unspecific reasons. Deductions for reasons not explicitly outlined in the Act are also forbidden. Employers must adhere to the conditions set forth in legislation regarding permissible deduction. Employee rights. Employees have the right to safeguard their earnings. If they believe unauthorized deductions have been made, they can take against by challenging deductions. Employees can challenge unauthorized deductions through a relevant labor authority. This process ensures that the employees can seek redressal and recover their dues. Employers' obligations under the Shops and Establishment Act. As employers, it's crucial to understand your obligations under Shops and Establishment Act. This legislation not only protects employee rights but also outlines specific responsibilities for employers. Registration. The first obligation is registrations. Employees must register. All shops and commercial establishments are required to register under the Shops and Establishment Act. This formal registration is essential for legal recognition and compliance with regulatory framework. Maintaining records. Another crucial obligation is maintaining accurate and up-to-date records. Employees are responsible for keeping a comprehensive records for all employees, including their personal details, employment status, and job roles. And also documenting wage payments to ensure transparency and compliance with minimum wages regulations. And also maintaining attendance records is vital for tracking employees' presence and ensuring accurate payments of worked hours. Compliance with labor law. Lastly, employees must ensure compliance with all applicable labor laws, which includes the safety and welfare regulations, adhering to safety protocols and welfare measures that protect employees in the workplace. By fulfilling the obligations, employees not only comply with legal requirements but also foster a fair and conducive work environment. Understanding this responsibility helps build trust and loyalty among employees, contributing to overall success of the establishment. Employees' rights under Shops and Establishment Act. Understanding your rights as an employee is crucial for ensuring fair treatment in the workplace. The Shops and Establishment Act outlines several key rights and which protects employees. Let's explore the importance of employee rights in Shops and Establishment Act. Right to fair wages. First and foremost, employees have the right to receive fair wages. Employees are entitled to receive their salaries on time, ensuring financial stability and security. The Act mandates that the wages is paid promptly, providing a safeguard against any unauthorized delays. Right to leave. Another essential right is the entitlement to leave. Employees have the right to annual leave and sick leave. The Act stipulates various types of leave, including annual leave and sick leave. This ensures that the employees can take time off for personal reasons, health issues, or family obligation without a fear of losing their income. Right to grievance redressal. Lastly, employees possess the right to grievance redressal. This right empowers employees to raise grievances. Employees can raise concerns related to their employment conditions, including issues regarding wages, working hours, and safety conditions. Seek resolution. The Act provides mechanisms for addressing these grievances, ensuring that the employees have a voice in their workplace and that their concerns are taken seriously. These rights under Shops and Establishment Act are designed to ensure that the employees are treated fairly and with dignity in their workplaces. Understanding these rights not only empowers employees but also fosters a positive and productive work environment. Compliance checklist of Shops and Establishment Act. Now let us understand. Ensuring compliance with Shops and Establishment Act is vital for both employers and employees. This act outlines essential regulations to foster a fair working environment. Let us understand the compliance checklist for both employees and employers. For employers, register the establishment. The first step is to ensure that your establishment is registered under Shops and Establishment Act. This registration is crucial for legal recognition and compliance. Timely payment of wages. Employers must ensure that the wages are paid on time. This is not only adheres to legal requirement but also promotes trust and satisfaction among employees. Maintain accurate records. It's essential to maintain accurate records of all employees, including their attendance, wages, and any other relevant information. This practice helps in demonstrating compliance during the audits and inspections. Provide information on rights. Employers should provide details of employee rights and obligations to all staff. This transparency helps employees to understand their entitlements and responsibilities, fostering a positive work culture. For employees, verify receipt of wages and benefits. Employees should regularly check to ensure they receive their wages and benefits on time. Keeping track of payment dates and amounts can help identify any discrepancies earlier on. Understand your rights. It's crucial for employees to understand their rights regarding leave, bonuses, and deductions. Familiarity with these rights empowers employees to advocate for themselves effectively. Report unauthorized deductions. If employees notices any unauthorized deductions or discrepancies in their wages, they should report them to the relevant authorities immediately. Prompt action can help in resolve issues and protect their rights. Keep record. Employees should keep records of employment agreements and any communications with employers. These documentations can serve as evidence in case of disputes and misunderstandings. Simply, what we can say is that the Shops and Establishment Act plays a vital role in ensuring fair labor practices in the informal sector of the Indian economy. Both employers and employers must understand the provisions of this act to foster a compliant and respectful working environment. By adhering to these regulations, employers can create a positive work culture and the employees can enjoy the rights and protections under this law. So friends, hope you understood the Shops and Establishment Act. If you have any queries or questions related to this video, please do comment in the comment section. I'll be happy enough to answer our queries. And if you like this video, please do subscribe and share among your friends. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a nice day.